And hello and welcome back to Collecting History. Hope everyone's had a good day. So earlier today we went to a thrift store, me and my wife, and we had about 30, 40 minutes to spare before we had to meet with some friends of ours. And I thought, it's so hard to find comic books in a thrift store in our area. I mean, it really is. I mean, if you watch somebody like Lunch Money Comics, seems like he finds them quite a bit in thrift stores up where he's at. But down here in North Carolina, it's my area is not very easy to find. And we do have comic book stores, but thrift stores with comic books, that's a little harder. Now I have found like Funko Pops and things like that, comic book related stuff. But I found a pretty good deal today. Stay tuned. And before we get started, I just want to say, as a New York Giant fan, we picked up where we left off last year. Not going to the Super Bowl. I yeah, they kind of stunk this week. But wait, there's week two coming. We'll probably stink again. Anyway, so tonight what we're going to do is, first of all, I want to remind you all, if you seen my Batman review video, I still have this to open. This is a birthday gift from my wife, and I want to wait a little closer till October, into October, closer to my birthday, to open it. And I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that we have a gold in here possibly. Uh, anyway, we'll see how it goes. But tonight I want to show you some comic books I came across. I cannot believe they were in this case. And here's just a few of them right here. They're in this now. This little box here was given to me by this person who was behind the desk, the clerk. And I don't know why I can't think of the clerk, but anyway, I used to be one. But anyway, these were in a case along with some more that I have sitting just right over here beside me. And so we're going to get into them. And it was really interesting. They had several different things. And they did have some action figures of Batman and Robin and stuff like that, but they were wanting a pretty penny for them. And looking at them, they were kind of modern, and kind of checking out what they might be worth was not what they were selling them for. I did see a few more things in there that was comic book related and comic books. There was some comic books in there I didn't even recognize. I had no idea who they were, and I can't think of who they were right now. Anyway, but but they did have some action figures, things like that, were priced a little higher. But these were priced pretty good for what I got. So let me show you what they were. Hang tight. So finding comic books in a thrift store around here is like a needle in a haystack. But anyway, I will tell you how much I paid for all this here in just a few moments right after I'm done showing you. But there was a stack of comic books in there, and these I have seen before because I own some. So let me move Batman out of the way here for just a minute. And so these I do own some. Now there's some in here I don't have, but it was part of this whole stack. And so I'm going to show you real quickly these, and I'll show you what else. I want to show you what made me buy this. It wasn't just these, really, but a bunch of who's in this set. And of course, they're not bag and board, so I got to get that done next. I don't have a lot of bags and boards right now, so I want to double up on some of these. But um, there you go. Um, and this one I know I don't have for sure because I remember Batman with Batmite and other Batman. Pretty cool. It's got, wrap around Batgirl and stuff like that. Uh, but um, but these there were a few of these that was with this set because I asked the fella. Um, I said, now all these are together. It says who's who on the sticker, and I want to make sure that I got these along with the other ones that made the deal a little bit better. And so there's that. So most of these were in packages, except for this one. This one is not in a package. Um, but that was really cool. And like I say, he gave me this box to put them in. He said, "Let me give you something to travel home with them a little bit better, so they don't go, just being laying in the bag or whatever." So he was very, very friendly guy, and really did, enjoyed doing business with him. He was just very talkative, very nice. And I did ask him. I said, "Do you all get comic books often?" And he said, "Well, not really." So, because I haven't been in this thrift store in quite a while. And I had, let's say about 10 years ago, I was in there and they had boxes of comic books, which I wish I'd have bought at that time. But I was just getting started in collecting comics. So that would have been, I guess more like 11 or 12 years ago. But anyway, I was looking for Green Hornet stuff and found some. So I bought everything that had Green Hornet. I should have bought the boxes too. There was probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 boxes, 4, 5, 6 boxes. I can't remember how many exactly. But I should have bought them all. I didn't on my part. But but it's been a while since I've been in there in this thrift store. It was actually one of those that ended up having to deal with the flooding when Helene came through, and so I've really not been in there in quite a while. And but I did ask them about the comic books, not something I get in normally. And like I say, besides what I got today, they didn't really have a lot to choose from. So, but let me show you what else I got. Okay, so I was a little bit hesitant about buying these until I started looking them up to kind of get an idea. And I think the deal was fine. And I've never seen these before. I've seen the who's who like this I just showed you. I own those, like I said, but these I have never seen. And then something else that came with it, and they're all still wrapped and not been opened. So check this out. Um, they're not really in particular order, but there's I think there's 8 of them here, 7 or 8. And anyway, they're these, the who's who, and it's a basically what it is. It goes into a binder, and it gives different things in them. I mean, you got all these different characters are in it. The back of it, as you can see here, the best you can. Right here, it's a write up about some of the characters. You see pictures on the other side there. All these are in here. And I've never seen those Who's Who stuff before. I did message my friend Scott at Pastimes Comics. I said, "Have you ever seen these before?" And he said, "Oh, yes, sir." So he knew what I was talking about. And he said it was very good that I picked him up for sure. He's very glad to see that I picked him up. There's Hawkman. And again, you got stories on, inside, pictures on the inside. Rob Lightfield did one of them. I can't remember which one it was. I did see that earlier. I think it's one of the earlier ones. But like this one, this is a Batman. And you got Riddler on the back, as you can see there. And this is the front, which I thought was really cool. Like that unique looking Batmobile there, right? So it just talks about things. It's like this one says all new 16 issue limited series, quality paper, offset printing, 7 color coded classifications, hero, villains, aliens, supernatural, geography, supporting cast, and technology. All that's in here. 48 loosely punch hole pages. So um, this is really cool. These are really cool. And here's another one. Uh, Wonder Woman on that cover. And stories and stuff again, pictures on the back. This one's really cool. It's Hal Jordan, Green Lantern. And I'm trying to remember. Yeah, this is the one that has Liefeld on it. Hang on a minute. It's this character here, Liefeld has in it. So again, and you got Speedy. You got, I mean, again, stories and stuff. Pretty much all say the same thing. Color coded, classifications, blah blah blah. This one's another cool one because I'm a big fan of the Flash. There you are. Got Booster Gold on the back with others. And then finally, number 1 issue, of course, Superman. There you go. And again, but that was not it because I saw those and I thought that's pretty cool. But it also came with this. Check this out. And it's in real good shape. Real good shape. A binder. A binder. At one time, it was $8, $8.99 US. All these are early '90s stuff. And there's like one little spot right here on Lex Luthor's leg. That's a little bit of a mess up. The rest of this thing is in immaculate shape. Um, again, I was blew away by what they had there because DC was only they didn't let's see. I don't remember seeing any Marvel, no Marvel comic book stuff. There was a couple independents, but I don't remember what they were. But that right there was pretty cool, and I paid $35 for all of that. And I started looking some of them up, add them to my hip comic collection, And again, I'm not a real big fan of how they price things, but I kind of, um, looked at it a little bit closer into other realms to find prices on them. So I think I got a pretty darn good deal. I think there were those 16 of these, I believe, maybe, or something like that. I think I read of those, of these type things here, the binder type stuff. But that get the binder with it. When I looked at it, I was like, let me see. I was thinking this may not be in good shape. Sometimes binders are not. But this thing looks like brand new, other than a little spot right here. It looks Luther's leg. I mean, it's all clean, clean, well taken care of. No bad spots and stuff like that on it. Um, I was really impressed because binders are not something that set this here. Binders sometimes get open shut, things like that. But this was well taken care of, and I was happy to get this set of stuff. Like I say, my friend Scott was big thumbs up for me getting it. And I like it. I really do. It's one of those things where, again, I'm trying to build my own collection and get rid of some of these other stuff that I've bought with other collections years ago. And so this is a good way to restart, reset, um, and to have these who's. You know, again, I got a bag and board, the comics I showed you earlier of the who's who, and I don't believe I'm going to open these up. I may just leave these wrapped. Um, yeah, I don't know that I would open them. I mean, they're all hole punch, of course, they're ready to go into binders and things like that. And I mean, it's even got like Mom and Paul Kent. I mean, I was looking at Superman. Mom and Paul Kent was on it. Cain and Abel. You got who else is in here? Hulk, Jericho. Yeah, so it's I don't know. Of course, Superman. I don't know that I will open these up or not. I may just leave them sealed. Although I would love to look at everything in them, though. There's part of me like just open them up and put them in the binder and call it a day. Um, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Comment below what you think. Should I open these and put them in the binder, or just leave them like they are? And I mean, like I said, that binder, to be in as good a shape as it was, I was just totally blown away, and I was happy to see that. And and then I got that little box to travel with. It's a cool little box. I don't want to keep it. I want to. I don't know what I'll do with it 100%, but it is nice hard shell cardboard box or whatever you want to call it. It's really sturdy, really good. And yeah, again, let me know. Should I open these up and put them in the binder? Should I open them up and just do a video and show you all the pages and stuff? It's a lot of pages, but I can do that. Um, yeah, yeah. Comment. What do you think? What should I do? That's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, love y'all. God bless. We'll see you soon.